I'm going to start again, and so we're going to be over here, and we're going to go through this last part, and we're going to go to number Mem Dalet. He said, "In the Atik Etzas Lashon RI Saruk." Let's copy this. He says, "In the Gela in Yaneinu v'Zech L'Shono, Saruk LaOirach Etzas Aros b'Maimer." So he says one of them, the Ga'amar B'Haku Mazlo Lama Neked Lashon Nister. Remember that? He says, why is it in that particular language, which is kind of like hidden language, because it says Hahu. The Havalel, the member behind Mazlo, should have pointed it out. So why do you say Hahu? Number two, the Nira Shemidizu Atzma Nogdim. So it sounds like that it itself is going downwards instead of what's coming out of it. Ve'enokain. Mimenu Yotzin Yud Gimel Meshichin. Number three. Zulama Karna Meshichin. Why do they call him Meshichin? Below Nekad Lishno, which we have in other places, you're going to say Naros. The Nekad Bedukta Achrisiv says in another place in the Rashbi. So he says the Rashbi Atzma. So he says Begamba Med Midrashim. He says Yud Gimel Nahari Al Parsman. So there we see that they actually have that language Nahari Al Parsman. Number Dalet, Lamba Omer Dachya. Why does it say Dachya? Because Yesh Chas V'Shalom Al Parsman, who the low who Dachya. Number Hey. These are 5 different things he said he wants to straighten out. Omer Kulul B'Chai Shkiach V'Chase B'Zimda D'Mata Shaviyon. Now, I don't know what this is about when the 7th comes. He says, Kula B'Chai Shkiach, everything is found there. V'Chase B'Zimda D'Mata Shaviyon. So we have to see what he means by the 7th. He said, but when it's a time where the 7th is not coming, now maybe it means the 7th day, says maybe it's the 7th year. What does he mean? 7 lo shkiach chas v'shalom, it's not found. Number involved in the 3rd one. So he says it's found there, all are found, and he was talking about the roots once again. And I assume now that the roots, he's talking about the roots of everything that comes out from it. That's its source. Malku Havana, that is in this 13th Tikkun. V'yesh lo mekirem mazel the zecher b'shulcha b'chesed gamor. V'hum mashlim the kol yud beis gamor, and it holds, it mashlim is completed with all the other 12 in it. Kamo she'amar be'idra Rabbit says over there, he says do ashlim the kula. V'yesh gam came b'silchus shorish kol yud gimel lahara shel mata. So it's also within it the root of all of the 13 rivers that are found down below. I guess they're shel mata, they're found down below. But here you're talking about a little bit like of Adam Kadmon, because of the, I guess, the intangibility of which is out of Kadmon, which is the cloak, so to speak, that covers over the L'chut of the Ein Sof. The Nirim, so they're seen. Kusher Yotz and the Chuts, when they come out from the 13th Tinkul, the Haidach of the Madach of the Zer Anpin, and they become manifest over there in Zer Anpin. Shuhu Alma the Isgalia, which instead of being the Kassia, it's Alman the Isgalia. B'dikas Dimo, Eric Anpin, Zer. Who Nistar B'soch Nistar, it's hidden within inside of hiddennesses. The Zecher B'dach B'karam Ella Meshichim. So therefore we have a special word for them, which is Meshichim really refers to oils. Shehem Hashmonim Atzman. Now Hashmonim, not the rivers of oil. Of the Zecher B'detaretz Kushya Rishona. So now with this we're already answering the first question, the Nekad Lashon Nister, that it's talking about there's something hidden here because it's a Hahu. The Gam Kusha base, also the Yesh Lomer Yesh Lataretz, Sha'amar Bahaku Mazl Nagdim Lefi, Shahum Bedaber Al Shorish Yud, because he's talking about, once again, this is the root root of the Yud Babel of the Yud base. Hachakukim, which are carved, Bahaku Mazla. Now that's very interesting. He says that each one of them, and that thought that they're carved there, so therefore carving is like planting them there. I'm thinking, a shorish a yud beis hachakukim b'haku mazla mamash in that mazla. V'rava b'haku mazla the nagdim, so that they flow out, they pour out from there. Kolomar the hiyosha shorish a yud gimel tikunim heim b'sochu b'kol pratam. So all the details of the roots of all of these 13 wound up being carved. He said, you carved into this 13th mazel. That is, excuse me, of the 12 into the 13th mazel, which incorporates them and makes them into 13. So he says, so therefore, Seder his pashtusim gam kain chokuk sham. So therefore, the order in which they spread, it's interesting, I'm not sure exactly what that means, is also carved in there. So they come in with a Seder. And as if they're all flowing independently inside of this mazel. So why now we understand why it says that. And he answers kusha rishon. Means the mazel. It's the mazel goes down, and miyushav kusha base, and so we said that they come independently, their own order. Why do we call them meshicha v'naharas? Umiyushav zo, we answered that because it's a special place. It's coming from Eric Anpin, and there's an aspect of Ak in there, and which means there's an aspect of the Chut of the Ein Sof. So what it says, dachya. So he says, very, very, dachya, very fine. Yesh the taras the fish of the mouth of Zer Anpin, and we understand it says dachya here because below, in Zer Anpin, a parsimon, stam. It just says a parsimon. So parsimon is a manifestation of what you see. Avarabakan heim a parsimon dakya. Once again, because they have little tangibility, they're almost nothing. Mamish besod shorsha. V'chein hu bepirish amayim b'dekula b'chaim mazl shkiach. He says everything. Kolomer kol hashroshim ranafim mishtatchim b'mazl lezeh ad kan b'ayin sham od ba'orach. Okay, so let's go to the next one as long as we're here, and we'll go to number Dalet. There was just some nice little cute little things that, thank you, Mr. RI Saruk. Now over here in the Yofashah, the Hailach Rishon, the Mazel, the Tachdon, who Bechinas Nuk. I want to concentrate on this here, that the Lazel Tachdon is a receptacle, it's a receiver, and it's the Nuk aspect. So let's see, and he goes on, he says, like the Vachanukvah, Mekabelis Shefa Pesochus, Vesosemes also, and hides it in there like something hidden inside of her body, so to speak, like a pregnancy or something like that. Let me move this over here. Let me see, Lamanta. Did I make a mistake here? Yeah, I did. What did I do wrong here? It says, okay, I got confused. Okay, turn the page. That's it. I'm looking so close. I can't figure out what's going on. So he said, Rei bezover chai. Now I got it on the next page, right? If I figured it out. So he says, Rei bezover chai is Shabir Khan, al pi divir eitz chaim, and this is what he says. Shamazel. So he says, now this is a new one. Sheyesh barab os yud alamala, os yud lamata. So he says lamata. Okay, I'm still okay here. Lamata. Behem beis bechina sheyesh b'mazel. There's two different aspects over here in this mazel. V'heim echad shemekabel mikol tikuni dikna v'zech bebechinas oz yud tachton shall oz, that it's the fact that it's receiving all of them is the concept of the oz yud tachton shall oz aleph. Now we saw, of course, this is in the Yosef Chaim, the same idea, but here he wants to apply it to these mazels. So he said, and that's the reason why we say that everything in this mazel is found as it is a makabel. I have to admit I got a little confused in this. Umakabel mehem. Now that's the first part. That's Yud Aleph Yud Yud Vav Aleph. Excuse me, Yud Vav Yud. Number base shemashpia lo call it tikkun dikna, so that also it's mashpia to everything else. V'zecha bebechinas os Yud Elyon shel os Aleph. V'alzecha be'amakan v'sasim, and here it says it's sasim. Shuhu Elyon mashpia lekulam v'sasim mahasagasa. Now over here he didn't really explain. I really thought it was the other way around. So over here he doesn't explain exactly what the Dalet does for this, but he is going to get into that, and at least we're going to get into the Ha'ara. We're going to figure out where the Ha'ara starts. It's on the previous page, I think. Okay, so let's go to the previous page, and down at the very, 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 very bottom of the page, it says, Kain nira l'chayre b'kavanas yafashah v'zel l'shon of Adar. Ki elu shtei hamazlos heim ka'ayin dacha v'nukva. Kamasha kasser rabbeinu. Now we heard this many times, so that's easy enough. So b'shar hanesira over there, we have it there. Let me move it back and get this over here. Okay. Al yedechem nemshochim kol hamochim bein la'ava ve'ima bein l'zer v'nuk v'nimsa de b'chai mazla the Tikkun Yud Gimel shuhu so the nukva, which is the concept of the female part, right? That's the receptacle, and he said the recepts from all three in this for the Yud at the bottom. I don't see they get to teach exactly what the Yud at the bottom teaches us. If you add 20 and 26, which is the gematria, these two different things, you get 46, which is the milui of Av. Not that's connected to this thought, just thought I'd say that. Shehu so the nukva kulu shkiach v'sosim. That's that idea. So let's go back and let's read after. I got to go back to Mem Hey. Mem Hey, after Mem Hey. Here we go. After Mem Hey on the top, it says, Rei b'zohar chai. Look over there. Bir kan al pi divrei Eitz Chaim explains it over here according to the Eitz Chaim. He says, and this is this Mem Vav here. We're going to pick up Shahamazel hu besod os aleph sheyesh bo os yud. So let's go down below. It's a repetition of that idea. We know them from the Otzros. Let me find it. Mem Vav. Number Mem Vav. All right, 1 second there, too. Okay, so he says, how much time do we have? We have like 4 minutes. Rei Eitz Chaim, 1 minute?
Yes.
Oh, well, I read a little bit. It's getting so short so fast. Rei Eitz Chaim shon v'sechel d'shon v'rocha sheteda ki mazel laches hu sod aleph shetziyura yud vav yud u'mazel yud gimel surah aleph. There's the aleph is yud vav dawud. Kenizka b'tikune v'sechel b'shyesh beis mini aleph v'hinecha v'hiyosh smolo sheme'elach b'beis mazlos heim yonkim abba v'ima. Nu l'chein aleph shetzirasa yud vav dayud hu ba'abba v'aleph shetzirasa yud vav dawud be'ima ki hadalud hu nekeva. So that's it. So he said, "It goes down evenly all the way to that. So we're going to come back and look at this again. I find it a little bit confusing, and so Mitzvah Hashem, we're out of time. So we'll go through it and we'll maybe pick it up on the backside, or we'll go to the Divakavanos. Okay, this is the Tikkun Elevator Kola.